Yep.
How do you spell it? Is that picking up? Uh, Good morning, everyone. We're going to be starting our first outdoor ceremony and clap it out ceremony. We're having a few technical difficulties, so please work with us here, but we're going to be starting shortly if you want to start your seating. Oh, now my iPhone's not. Sure. I'll do it in my updates, like I'm going to start. Is that working? All right, here they go. Is that?
My son's team, they're in Division 4. That team is like, they lost one game. They were Division 4 after one Saturday. They picked up the 500 season. So,
yeah, but it was, I mean, they played, I mean, I guess, the challenge, but, I mean, there, certainly, but, the thing to do through the year, but now we got fired,
we have another card here somewhere tomorrow, I hope.
what we can do is, like, remember, this is a daily for some players. It's like,
Right.
There's more upside.
Yeah, I think what makes the players different.
Yeah.
And then also we're playing this small field too.
It's fun though. Mix.
Filing down the street.
Probably not, because she's moving up. She's moving up to high school, so I'm certainly going to take a year off from it, and then because I don't know how things are going to work with high school.
No, he couldn't get it going.
Club as well, so that's going to affect my schedule. He right now trying to pick up a bit more.
I think I'll probably bow out because hopefully for high school.
Yeah, he's a great deal.
They're coming in, right? He played a couple games off it.
No, we saw him.
Yeah.
Testing. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class of 2021's grade 8 moving on ceremony. Before we start officially, just a few protocols, technicalities I want to go over. So if anyone would like to use the bathroom, we can go in through the main office door, just click the buzzer. You'll be let in. We're going to ask everyone respectfully, please wear a mask, follow the signs, the bathrooms are on the left. At the very end, we're going to be handing out the yearbooks. We're going to be calling up each student and their family guests to exit out Sartwell. The teachers will be located at the back by Cherry Street on the grass area for pictures. Also, I'd like to, just before we again officially start, is like to just give a big thank you to the PTA and all the parent volunteers who helped us throw like our first inaugural like grade 8 outdoor celebration yesterday. It was just a really awesome experience and a very difficult year. Also, a big thank you to Dragon Pizza and Modern Pastry for helping us have some great food for the kids. We also have water located to my left here if you need anything for that. Also, just again, we have the local TV station here too. If we could also just make sure, just be mindful, it's always something I have to be careful of, is just making sure we turn off our cell phones, okay? Okay, now we'll start the official moving on ceremony. Welcome, everyone. If you could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. We're all going to be standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag is to your right, to my left. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'd like to begin by first giving a tribute to our 7th and 8th grade teaching staff. First teacher we'll do a round of applause at the end. Kelly Neville, Valerie Salacrute, Megan Brady, Ann Berkowitz, Pat Pacheco, Anthony Sharp, Scott March, Matthew Uzinski, Matthew S.D. Martz, and Denise O'Donnell. Please, a round of applause. We also were able to get our specialists in here. I don't know how we can give them a big shout out. Steve Walker, Scott Oskin, Deion Drisdom, and Jen DeAngelis. It takes truly a village, especially in a year like this year. We'd like to give a special thank you to all our support staff, counselors, nursing staff, custodians, community volunteers, city officials, PTA, parent liaison, and food services. A round of applause, please. And Ms. Kucharski, our senior clerk. As a school principal today, I was fortunate to create all 3 amazing student speeches. The students are truly the stars of the show and deserve every moment of the spotlight. Thus, I'm going to make some alterations to my speech this year, because I want to keep it short so we can get to why we're all here. The students doing their speeches, the awards, and the moving on certificate. Grade 8. You made it. Congratulations. Class of 2021, you're an amazing class. You're smart, you're driven, you're creative, and kind. You have persevered during arguably one of the most challenging times in our lifetimes. You are such an amazing class. I am so impressed with your perseverance despite the adversity we have all faced this year. You work well together. You build each other up when things get tough and arrive at this proud moment in person. You should be proud of yourself and your class character. I know that life can be very complex, but it can also be very simple. My simple advice is do what you love, be a lifelong learner, be kind on the way, and never forget the importance of strong relationships. The trust and respect that you build with each other will help you during the most important and challenging times in your life. I can assure you as the principal this year, I have never counted on so many friends and colleagues to persevere. Class of 2021, we are so proud of you and wish you all the best as you navigate the splendid opportunities and challenges of the 21st century. Congratulations. I'm now going to bring up Mr. Mazza, our Assistant Superintendent.
Good morning, everybody. Wait, is there anybody out in the... Can we do that again? We are on TV, you know. Good morning, everybody. I am honored to be here at the Kennedy Moving Up ceremony. Like Mr. Hurry said, you have persevered. And I want to give a special thanks to all the parents, all the families for assisting while we were trying to figure out our way with remote learning. We know it wasn't easy. I'm a parent of a SMILE student, so I get it in terms of the commitment that you had to make sure that your children stayed engaged, stayed focused. So for that, I think we owe you a round of applause. So rising ninth graders, you did persevere. You did figure things out. You did go through a lot over the past year and a half. Half of your 7th grade year and most of your 8th grade year, you were remote. But you were able to problem solve. You were able to stay engaged with remote learning, which I know wasn't easy. You were one of the few classes that actually kept your cameras on. So for that, we do thank you because we know the importance of the face-to-face contact with your teachers to stay engaged, to keep those relationships. So again, we thank you. So my advice for you is to get prepared for 9th grade. You are moving on. High school is completely different than what you will be used to. Set goals for yourselves, set high expectations, and make sure you have a plan to achieve those goals. They will be difficult, you will struggle at times, but again, rely on what you know, rely on your friends, your family, your teachers here to help you get through. So on behalf of the Somerville Public Schools, the superintendent, and the school committee, I want to say thank you, congratulations, and we are really excited to see the wonderful things that you will do. Thank you.
For our class student reflections, I'd like to first bring up Calla Taylor and Anya Miller.
As someone who has attended the Kennedy for 9 years, this school is very important to me. I've grown up here alongside my classmates, and we've all come a long way. And I know everyone is going to be talking about COVID-19 and all the problems it brought, but instead of focusing on that, I would like to talk about all the good parts of our Kennedy careers. Let's think back to some of the fun things we've done these past 9 years. In kindergarten, we read books and colored with our big buddies, and in 1st grade, we played cool math games when we finished our work. In 2nd grade, we ate Chinese food and had root beer floats, and in 3rd grade, we learned our multiples of 8 from Number Rock. In 4th grade, we visited the New England Aquarium, and in 5th grade, we played silent ball for the first time. In 6th grade, we played game after game of mat ball. In 7th grade, we built an entire arcade, and in 8th grade, we reunited after 400 days apart.
When I imagined my 8th grade year at the Kennedy, spending most of the year doing classes on Zoom wasn't really what I had in mind. To be fair, I don't think I even knew what Zoom was until last March. But despite the challenges that we've been faced with, we've managed to get through and end with smiles on our faces. And we couldn't have done it without all the amazing teachers, administrators, parents, and our peers, providing support and a wonderful community. As we get ready to start a new chapter of our lives, it's important to remember that we're not leaving this one behind. Instead, we will carry our experiences at the Kennedy through whatever high school throws at us. Our time here, whether it's been for 9 years or just one, has shaped who we are and who we'll become. I feel so lucky to have had a chance to learn and grow alongside all of you, and I can't wait to see the amazing things that will come in our futures.
We would like to thank each and every one of the teachers and staff members who were there for us at every turn and who pushed us to be better students and better people. We would not be who we are today without your support and guidance. And don't get me wrong, it was hard sometimes, but we've all come out smarter and stronger than ever before. We are the next generation. As Nelson Mandela once said, the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. We are going to change the world. So even if this may feel like an ending, it's not. It's just the beginning.
Our next class student reflection is from Dominic Resendez.
I look at all my classmates here today and remember the last day before school went remote last year. I also remember the day that I came to the school in kindergarten and met some of my closest friends who are soon to walk down their own paths after today. At this graduation, not only do we celebrate the success of many teens moving on to high school to start the rest of their lives, but we celebrate a group of kids who powered through a struggle that was beyond their control and did the best they could to succeed. I like to think of my classmates and I as flowers in the cracks of concrete, who pushed to blossom despite not having ideal circumstances. Our school, in fact, a cement garden with many flowers blooming through the cracks, some fully bloomed and ready to be part of a bouquet. I would like to recognize that it was not easy for us to get where we are today, especially for some students like myself who did not do well in a remote environment. But I think it's even more important to recognize the courage for all of us to get up every day and open our computers before getting ready to finish in person. Before we go to high school, I want to wish everyone the best of luck with turning a new page in the story of their lives, and I want to thank everyone I've known since kindergarten for growing up with me since the beginning. I'm so happy I could finally say we did it. After doubting that this moment would happen, it feels so special to experience it with everyone. Today, all of us made history that will never be forgotten. Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to invite up Mr. Marshall, our assistant principal.
Put on masks and sanitized each step of the way. Now we are slowly coming out the other side. Let's look at what we have learned and apply it to today. We have never had to live this way before. A mask that we physically wore to help keep us from getting sick, and so often we had to stay inside. And the metaphorical mask we sometimes wore because of the thoughts and feelings we wanted to hide. We had to rely on each other without seeing one another in person. Many of you were just a name on a screen, but you still pursued the chance to be educated by some of the best in the business. There are days I cannot believe that we Zoomed and Googled with a smattering of actively learn, a text from Mrs. Kennedy when we couldn't achieve or attend, or logging into a Nearpod activity, or a Zingy learning on relativity, often on lousy activity. But this is not where it ends. This community never stopped caring, wondering, stepping in and up, and learning. Some days were rough, and some days still are. But what matters is the metaphorical mask. Wear it when you must, but know that you being you needs to gain traction and needs to gain trust. You, as you were in remote, and now in person, is the you that we want to recognize, celebrate, and promote. You are your best self when you don't have to hide behind the mask, and you can make your way in the world living out your truth. Constantly ensure that the world understands. So I take you to task that as you move forward and you are seeking your own way, try not to hide behind that metaphorical mask, but be you, yourself, and seize the day. Make this a better place for each and everyone in every way. I am honored to be able to have watched many of you grow up in the Kennedy community. I am proud to know you all and see you change and grow. But know this, we as a school will be in your corner. If you need a reminder of what it means to be your best, try your hardest and learn from your failures. Please never be afraid to ask, how do I move away from wearing a mask?
Great job. It's now my honor to switch to the special award segment. We're going to be asking these students to first stand up, and then we'll do a big round of applause at the end. Our outstanding students, if you could please stand up. Calla Taylor and Alice Hunter. A big round of applause, please. Our Pride in Service Award. Please stand up. Anya Miller, Layla Smee. These students will be honored on a special plaque that hopefully when we can re-enter and have guests back into the building, you will be able to see in our trophy cases. You'll have a legacy. So now, I have these following students for the presentation of subject awards. Please stand up when you hear your name. For ELA, Caitlin Logue and Julian Zielinski. You can remain standing. Annalise Brand and Liam Vitti. Bridget Burgoyne and Max Colleran for Social Studies. Humanities, Francis Ledholm and Matthew Mariani. Science, Fiona Hanley and Tibor Endrofy. Spanish, Ella Wilczek and Eric Souza. Art, Dominic Resendez and Samantha Chowdhury. Library, Enju Felix, Veronica Fleming. For music, Madeline Zuka and Alexandra Coco. In physical education, Tyler Valente and Amanda Rodriguez Sheridan. Congratulations to our subject award winners. We're now going to start with the handing out of the certificates. When they come up, they're going to walk up and hand them up. Okay. Our first student is Rayan Afif Shaush. Brian Barboza. Liam Beretsky Jewell. Estelle Bonham Carter. Bridget Burgoyne. Annalise Brand. Kaylee Burke. Samantha Chowdhury. Alexandra Coco. Max Colleran. Matthew DeAngelis. Samuel D'Souza. Devin Doan. Delilah Doherty. Congratulations. Tibor Enderfee. Andrew Felix. Veronica Fleming. Sabrina Grandmont. Fiona Hanley. Emma Hirsch. Alice Hunter. Frances Ledholm. Caitlin Logue. Matthew Mariani. Stephen Morris. Anastasia Miller. Ikra Muhammad. Albert Navarro. Gemini Narison. Tyler O'Connell. Nicholas Pedro. Madeline Red. Dominic Resendez. Colin Rice. Amanda Rodriguez Sheridan. Layla Smee. Eric Souza. Calla Taylor. Roxanne Papa. Tyler Valente. Liam Vitti. Oh. Eleanor Wilczek. Julian Zielinski. Madeline Zuka. Okay. Maddie. To the student body, if you could please stand up and face towards your parents and guardians and friends. I now present to you the class of 2021. A round of applause. Congratulations. Okay, we're now in the final stage here. We're going to let the teachers, if you would like to, stage right here, head out towards Sartwell, kind of follow lead. Those teachers will be lined up at, along Cherry Street for those of you who would like to take pictures and to celebrate. If you're going to be dismissing your child, just make sure that we either get an email or just check in with one of the homeroom teachers. Congratulations. What a wonderful ceremony and just an amazing party yesterday. You were really defined by your character and your perseverance. We're all very, very proud of you. You will be missed. The first family and child that is dismissed, Rayon, if you'd like. Actually, let's give it 10 seconds here. I also have one, as we're getting ready, we have one last surprise recognition that we'd like to take this opportunity. I'd like to invite up the PTA.
Where'd she go? Hi. Oh. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for helping us enjoy this great day with these 8th graders. This is the last day that we're going to say goodbye to Kim. She's been here for 9 years. And she has done an incredible job. I remember the day that I met Kim, she was at the book fair and she said, I'd like to help. And I said, oh, you know what, you should shadow. She didn't know that I was getting her ready to be the president of the PTA. And she took over and she said, I'm just going to try to help. And 7, 8 years later, Kim is still here. She has brought all new innovative fundraising. She's helped the communities get involved with our school. And all I can say is thank you, Kim. We're going to miss you, and Somerville High School is going to be very, very lucky.
Kim Doherty, PTA President. A round of applause, please. Okay. Rayon, if you and your guests would like to exit out at Sartwell, Mr. Marshall will have your yearbook with a pen, and you can go if you'd like and take pictures with the teachers on Cherry Street. Yeah, you can make exit out. Brian? Liam? Boretsky? Estelle? Bridget? Annalise? Kaylee? Samantha? Alexandra? Max? Matthew? Samuel? Devin? Delilah? Tibor? Anju? Veronica? Sabrina?